Hey friends, thank you for joining me in my office. I wanted to give you a little information about where we're heading in our sermon series. In 2 weeks, on the first Sunday in March, we are going to start a new series on Meals with Jesus. We're going to call it At the Table, and it's about how Jesus demonstrates the coming of the kingdom of God by eating with people. He invites people to his table that were scandalous. How he invites tax collectors and outcasts and just notorious sinners. How he eats with his disciples when they're believing and unbelieving. How he, after the resurrection, makes a point to eat with his disciples, both to reveal who he is and to reveal that he's truly raised from the dead. The book of Luke is fascinatingly just centered around all these meals. From the very beginning when he eats with Matthew the tax collector to the end when he eats with Zacchaeus the tax collector, he is not just explaining the kingdom of God, he is presenting it, he is demonstrating it. And I think that tells us something beautiful and wonderful, both about Jesus himself and about the value, the power of table fellowship. This is something that's never been missed. And every generation, every culture has shared this intimacy when we eat together. It's beautiful. I was with some friends, a couple of months ago, and one of them just said, this right here, we were at a restaurant, we were eating good food, we were laughing, we were telling stories, and one of the men said, this right here is my favorite thing. This is my favorite thing to do, to be at the table. I think Jesus felt the exact same way. When he was at the table, the kingdom of God was present. I love the way this book says it. This is a book by Tim Chester, and it's a book that I recommend all of you adults getting. You can talk through it in your community groups. The community group leaders already have a copy. You can get it for yourself, just read it for yourself. But it's called A Meal with Jesus by Tim Chester. And he makes the point, he says, when we're at the table, eating together at the table is not symbolic of anything. It is not a metaphor for anything. It is the thing. It is the kingdom of God among us. When Christians are at the table, blessing the food, sharing, being with God, being with each other. I love that. So I want to recommend that you read this along with me. There will be a few copies at the church. You can order those from Amazon. We will have a QR code for you to use as well. And for the families, we're recommending a book that was written along with the other one, Meals with Jesus. It's a devotional book by Ed Drew. And it goes for all ages. It's really for children. It's got questions for teens. It's got questions for adults, and it's designed for you to have a family devotional at the dinner table at night. And I think that'd be a great way to prepare yourselves and your families for Easter. It'll be a great way to prepare your families and yourselves for each Sunday morning as we go through this series, and really to make the most of it. So we want to recommend that you pick up this book for your families with children, and that you adults read this one. Like I said, they're written together. And we will have copies of the devotional book, Meals with Jesus, in the nursery. But again, probably not enough for everybody, and it'll be QR codes to take you to Amazon if you want to order them yourself. I'm really excited about this. I can't wait for it to start. That'll be the first Sunday in March where we'll start it, and I can't wait for you to join us.